Hi, what's up? It's time for another catch-up, I guess. So I'm here to, do my weekly reading vlog and life update. And let me tell you, lots has been going on in my life. So, last time that I made a Tea Talk update video, things were kind of in turmoil. You'll be pleased to know that things have settled down quite nicely now. So I have gone ahead with the nannying job. I had a talk to the family and asked them if they would be okay with me doing this job as a live-out nanny instead of a live-in nanny, and they were more than happy with that, and in fact told me that they'd been thinking the same thing, that they would rather I travelled to and from because it seemed to be working out. So I'm doing that and travelling to and from in the morning and the evening, and this weekend coming I will be moving into this house with the friend of mine that I was talking about, which is very exciting. Basically, by the time that this video has been edited and uploaded, I will probably be physically, literally moving my stuff into my new room at this new place, and I'm very excited about that because my bedroom has a whole wall of wardrobe. Like literally the entire wall is wardrobes, which means I can store all of my tea stuff, all of my YouTube filming and stuff, all of my just everything. I've been staying at that house over the last couple of weeks while I wait, basically, even though like the housemate that I'm replacing is still there. Like she's been really lovely about the fact that I'm kind of waiting around for my room to be available and really understanding of that. So that's been really nice. Financially, things are still going pretty awfully because basically every cent that I earn at the moment is going into back paying overdue bills and overdue debts. In particular, there's a lot that needs to be paid before the end of the financial year, which is the end of June, aka this month. So both of my paychecks this month are kind of like in the door and then straight back out the door again. There's very little of my money is available for like food and living expenses still, but it's nice to know that there's light at the end of the tunnel. So I've been like sitting down and planning everything out, what's going on with the money, what each paycheck is paying, like what's most urgent for the first paycheck and then what's like slightly more urgent for the next paycheck. And like it's been several days in the making, just checking that I've remembered everything that I need to pay and whether I have the money to pay it, and if not, is it so urgent that it needs to be paid now or can it wait until later down the track. But it's nice to see things starting to actually getting paid off, and with the plan that I have, assuming everything goes right, by mid-July I will actually be able to spend my own money on myself instead of spending it on debts. Yeah, so that's my life. Quite a lot has been happening, but things have maybe reached a resolution, which is kind of nice to know. Yeah, let's talk about YouTube videos. I haven't done much YouTube watching in the last couple of weeks because things have been crazy, but I have watched a few and I have some that I would like to talk about. The first one is by Sarah without an H. I had to think about her name for a while. She's quite a well-known YouTuber, booktuber, and she created this video a couple of weeks ago that was like reading the worst rated books on Goodreads, where she genuinely picked, I think it was either 3 or 4 books that were given really low ratings on Goodreads and actually read them to basically see whether the Goodreads rating system was living up to the book. Like, can we trust Goodreads ratings? I was astounded by this video because of the amount of effort and work that went into it. Like, this is a long time in the making. She had to pick the books and then read them and then finally actually make the video. Like, it must have been months later. And just the amount of effort that went into that video and how unique the idea is and how creative it is, I was just like, that's awesome. That's the kind of YouTube video that I want see more of. Next video that I want to talk about is by my gorgeous friend Cam from Wolfshort Publishing. Hooray, Cam, you're getting featured again. So Cam has also come up with this really amazingly creative idea for a kind of ongoing series of booktube videos called Story Time. And it genuinely is like finding short stories and reading them aloud for us to watch as like an actual story time. And as soon as I watched it, I was like, why has no one thought of this before? Or maybe they have, but I haven't come across it. But I was like, why haven't I come across this? This is such a good idea, and it just fits booktube so well. So well done, Cam, for coming up with such an amazing idea of this storytime YouTube videos, and I can't wait to see what other stories you have to share with us in the future. Like I said, I haven't actually done much booktube watching this week, so that's actually all I have to share with you for now. What's going on with my hair? Why? Finally, let's talk about what I've been reading. So as you know, nowadays I'm like doing the, oh my god, my hair is driving me mental. just gonna leave it. There we go. So as you know, nowadays I'm kind of doing the themed TBR things, which means that like any books that I don't finish in the previous month are kind of just being left as like to be picked up later, but like then none of them were necessarily books that I didn't want to finish or anything like that. Like they're still there. This is kind of the way I operate. Like often I will just kind of put it down for a while until I read it again like a bunch of months later. But that means that Elias Grace is a book that I'm gonna have to pick up at some point in the future again, and I can't remember what other books were even on the TBR, so let's just pretend that they didn't happen. But let's talk about this month. So this month's TBR is fantasy themed, and I have started it with a vengeance because already within the space of like 3 days I have started and finished The Song of the Lioness Quartet, which is one of my spontaneous adds to my TBR. Woo! And it was awesome. I really loved it. I'm thinking I might even actually make a review of this book because I genuinely had a lot of thoughts about it and was thinking about it. So the attitude that I kind of went into this book with was like, I was kind of looking for, is this the kind of book that I want young me to have read? Like, is this the kind of book that is portraying the right things for young me to be reading about, aka like maybe future children? Like, just like, is it a book that shaped me? Is it a book that I'm proud of having read? Like, is it a book that would have influenced me in a positive way when I read it? So I don't want to talk about it too much now because I genuinely think I'm gonna like sit down and talk about it properly. But basically lots of things in this book as I was reading it that I was like, yes, I'm really glad that I read this as a kid. Like, I can see why this is a good book for me to have read as a young woman. And then there were a few things here and there that I was like, oh, I didn't pick up on that as a kid, but that's slightly problematic, or that doesn't really make sense. So like, yeah. And then since then I have started reading Strange the Dreamer, and oh my gosh, I am in love already. Like, the writing in this book is so good. Every single sentence is like a work of art. It's like so poetic, so beautifully phrased. There's so many amazing metaphors and imagery, and I'm reading it and I'm just like, this is the kind of writer I want to be. Like, everything that I'm reading, I'm just thinking, how can I use this as inspiration to make like my own writing better? This is my aspiration now. People. So awkward. So yeah, I can't say too much more about it because I've only just started it, but oh, so much love. And now this video is 20 minutes long. I'm really good at talking lots of shit. Anyway, so that's it. That's what I've been reading. Let me know in the comments what you've been reading so far this month and what you're thinking of it so far, whether it's been a good reading month so far or a bad reading month. I will see you for another video very shortly, I'm sure, and until then, as always, stay classic.
Sit there and count your little fingers. Unhappy little girl blue.